Yep. Pretty fun when you're standing in the shower after the day. You still feel like you're in the water. Close your eyes.
Hey, we're going to be on TV here. Have you been to Canada before?
Oh, we live in Canada.
You live in Canada?
And that is why the whole course is already down. Usually we leave it standing for...
Wow, this is so good. You can't go inside it. So quick.
We don't have enough time now. It's 20 meters high. It's built in 6 parts. You can tell by the stitches in between. We got the T1, that's the blue part, and T2, T3, T4 is the blue part again, T6 and the base. The material gets thicker and thicker the further down it gets, because it has to hold more pressure. The more volume is inside. Hang on, stay on. You look at this. This is the top part of the pylon. It's made of spinnaker material. The material gets thicker and thicker at the bottom. It's pretty much the same material as here. So what we do when the pylon gets hit is we don't change the damaged part. We change all the parts that are on top of the damaged part. So if the...
Is it zipper or it's like Velcro?
No, it's a zipper. Yeah. We got our zippers right here. So these babies are the smallest tools that we have, and during the flying time it's the most important tool that we have. So what we do is put this in here, unzip the damaged part, and we just put it on, zip it on again, and raise the pressure. That's...
And it takes you around a minute?
About a minute 20 average time. It depends on what part it is. The lower the part, the longer the zipper. But yeah,
and I noticed there is some kind of security strap inside to prevent the cut-off part to fly off.
Yes, it is. It's called the top line. The top line is fixed at the very top part on the inside. So every day before the race, or actually every day after the race, we fix that top line again. So it's fixed on a machine we call the Siegfried, which is constantly pulling down that top line. So when the pylon gets hit, the top line stays safe. The top line is not ripped apart. The top line is pulling the damaged part inside the pylon. So at the pylon hits, you can see it. The bottom part falls down. Yeah. The top part, the damaged part, gets pulled in by the Siegfried. That would be the perfect pylon hit. But sometimes they just cut the whole thing, and then it might fly off. And we set one of our boats. Like we got 3 boats on the water. Every boat got its certain gates that it's responsible for, and then another boat is coming for backup if something more is damaged, and we need 2 teams on the barge. The second team comes up to help. the third team goes around and checks the other pylons for any damages like slices if they just touch it with the with the wing and it doesn't rip off, then the pylon is not safe anymore. So we're constantly watching with binoculars and checking the pylons.
How high are they?
20 meters high. They weigh about 70 kilograms.
7-0?
7-0, yeah.
7-0. Yeah.
Yep. And at the bottom, they're about 5.5 meters wide.
And huge fan, possibly.
Sorry?
And huge fan.
Yep. Yeah.
Only one fan,
pretty-
or just
pretty big.
combination of several
No,
fans?
it's this year it's only one fan anymore, which is about 70 centimeters
One fan
wide.
under there. Yeah.
Yep. With a 15 horsepower engine that is constantly pushing air inside the pylon. We got the new system. Wait a second. Yeah. That's like top material. Since last year we got a new system. Before that, now it's called the charger, because it's charging the pylon. Before that it was called the blowers, and they were placed outside. You can see at the bottom, the two holes at the bottom of the pylon. That was where we inflated them with the old system. Now we got a
Better system.
yeah, now we got a computer that is constantly checking the pressure inside. We call them the girls because they are controlling everything. So that computer is constantly checking the pressure inside the pylon, and it realizes when the pylon gets hit. It closes a damper on top of the charger, so no more air is coming in, and it opens a flap at the bottom of the pylon, so a lot of air is going out. With the old system, if the hole wasn't too big, the pylon, it could happen that the pylon goes down really slow because there's not too much air going out, and the blowers were constantly pushing air inside the pylon. So we had gates like the Quadro where they had to go through twice. So it was possible that the pylon went down really slow and the pilot couldn't pass the gate on the second time because the pylon was in the way, the falling pylon. And we made sure that that can't happen anymore with that new system.
Excellent.
Like one setup.
About one day, one whole day. It depends on. We don't build one thing and when it's done, we lift it into the water. We build like within our team. We have certain teams. Like one team is responsible for the chargers.
Yeah.
They're only preparing the chargers.
Right.
Then one team is
I guess that makes sense
responsible.
that way. It's like assembly line.
Yeah.
One team is responsible for the scaffolding.
Yeah.
Another team is responsible
What are you
to
responsible for?
scaffolding. That's why.
These ships are waiting. Look at those big huge things.
Yeah.
They've possibly been waiting for a
Yeah,
race.
the whole race they've been waiting.
They've been watching.
Yeah.
It's even. It's even more complicated in Budapest because the Danube is not as wide. It has a lot of shipping traffic, so we can't even leave the barges on the water in Budapest. So they get. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. Down there, there's a flap underneath the pylon. When I push a button, the flap opens and there's a step on the flap. And you just use that step, get in, and stand at the side of the pylon. Just touch the side because you can't see the surrounding, so it's pretty hard to hold balance inside. If you're just standing there like this, it's okay.
Okay.
It's the same underground in there.
Yeah.
So watch your step. Okay. Just gonna jump in. You can do the filming, and I'm gonna explain to you what's going on in there on the way out.
Okay. Perfect.
Watch your head underneath, because sometimes there are metal parts over there. Charger, which I told you about. If the pilot gets raise the pressure or lower the pressure, we can do that from outside.
That was almost cooler than the tower, actually.
What do you mean by almost?
It was cooler.